So in this video, let's make the footwear you are seeing on your screen, and this is our insole material, which is Mako 6 mm. So what we're going to do is to mark out the shape of our template. Of course, it is going to be a welted sole. So after marking with your template, you turn around. That is, you flip it around to mark for the other side of the foot. And then after that, the next thing we do is to cut them into shape. So after cutting them into shape, the next thing we are going to do, as always, is to sand the edges. So as usual, wrap your rough sandpaper around your brush, and then you see it, then use it to smooth the edges to make sure you have a uniform edge. So for some of us who have this rotary tool, it is very simple. Just make use of it. It is faster and also less stressful. Then after doing that, gum the insoles to the leather for your folding, prepare it, and then you fold the insoles. Then after that, you use your razor blade to cut down the crease at the back of the folding. This will help the insole to lap properly on the soles while coupling. So now this is Mako 2 mm, and that is where we are going to welt our insoles on top for the first time. So mark out the shape of the insoles on the Mako 2 mm. So just watch closely to see what we are going to do here. Now apply gum on the edge of the outlines. That is where the welt is going to sit on. And then after that, you see our welt. So to make the job easier, just use your masking tape to hold the both of them together on the edge like this. So if you're making more than one pair, you can still use this process. It is more time saving and less stress. So once you have done that, the next thing you have to do, pick your sandpaper and then sand the surface. This is going to help the bond. So after sanding the welt, you apply your gum on the surface also. Now once the gum is set, replace the insoles back to the outline, and at this point my insole is sticking to the Mako 2 mm. So if yours is not sticking, you can use nail to hold it firmly to the Mako so that it won't move while you are welting. Now cut the edge of the welt to make sure it is in shape, and then now you can start your welting, and you can see exactly where I started my welting from. It is very important that you pay attention to that. So the edge of your welt has to be around the heel side. The reason being that so that it will not easily detach after some time due to movement. So once we have gone round, remove the insole and then carefully cut very close to the first edge of the welt so that you can easily push it in, and then you have a tight joint. After doing this, you can also tap your mallet around the welt to make sure it bonded properly. So we are done with this part, so we're going to proceed to the other side of the insole. After that, the next thing we do is to cut off the excess Mako 2mm. Some of you might be asking why I used Mako 2mm. Well, it helps the bond, so that is why I have to put it in between the sole and the welt. So now the next thing we are going to do after we must have cut off the excess, this is our main sole. This is Nora 3mm with right tops at the back. So we're going to gum the welted 2mm Mako to the Nora. So just apply your gum and also on the welted Mako, and then you gum it to the Nora. Very simple. So once the gum is set, carefully place the welted Mako 2mm and then gum it to the Nora 3mm. So once you've done that, cut off the excess Nora and also remember to tap your mallet around to make sure the bolt bonds properly. So after that, this is what we have. Now this is our heel. Make sure you attach Mako 2mm to the surface of the heel. The heel is 6 mm. So attach Mako to the surface. It will help the bonding, and then smooth the edge here before you attach it to the sole. Now what we're going to do, we place the heel at the back of the sole and make sure we leave a little allowance at the back of the heel, and then we mark out where the heel will be placed at the back of the sole. So we repeat the same process on these two. So once we have done that, we use our rough sandpaper. We carefully sand that surface properly and make sure it is ready. Then apply our gum on both surfaces, and then we attach our heels. So after attaching the heel, remember to tap your mallet on it to make sure it bonds properly. And after doing that, the next thing we are going to do is to cut off the excess heel material. So after cutting off the excess heel material, we sand the edge and finish it up. Okay, so I have smoothed the edges, as you can see. So the soles are ready now, and we are going to proceed to create the pattern. So first of all, you mask your last, then draw your center line. This pattern is going to take a little time, so pay close attention because we're going to do a lot of calculations. So now you see this line here going through on top of the toe to the other side. So this is where it is intersecting with the center line. So measure from that point towards the instep, measure 4.5 inches. 4.5 inches. So after that, remember from here to somewhere here is 3.5 inches. So both measurements are on both sides of the last. So place your tape on each of the side and then run it through that measurement on top of the last, and then join the both together. So after doing that, let me make the line visible. So now the next thing we do, you see this line here running towards the tool. That's from that point, you see the line here, from that point it is intersecting. Take a measurement to here, 1 inch, 1 inch from here, you understand? Remember that's what we took the measurement towards the end step, so take 1 inch from that point towards the front of the tool, 1 inch. So after that, we take another measurement from that point, from here to somewhere here, 1.5 inches. So it is going to be a little bit curvy. You don't place your tape straight, so it is going to be a little bit curvy at the front. So this is the 1.5 inches here. So we join the both measurement together. So you see it is curving, it is not straight. Understand, it is not pointing down directly from that point to the further edge. So you see what I'm saying, it is a little bit curvy. So you curve the line on that 1.5 inches measurement. Now we take another measurement from here to here, 2 inches, 2 inches. So after taking the 2 inches measurement, you pick a line from that point and then take another measurement from here to here. It is going to be 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch from the further edge. So this is the 1 inch. So that's where the curve is going to start from. So pick the curve from that 1 inch and then take it towards the toe area, join it with that measurement initially at the front. So you see what we have there. So now extend this one down and then you see it, and then extend this one down. So that is it. Now the next thing we do, pick another measurement from here to somewhere here. Remember, 2 inches, 2 inches. So now you pick a line down from here to that measurement, and then you come to the front here. You see this joint here, pick a line from that angle. You see it, you see the center line, leave a little gap on the center line, take a curve, then join it with that 2 inches on the side. So with that, we are already done with the sketch. So you see what we have. The next thing we are going to do actually is to cut it out from the last, and then we proceed to the next step. So now we are going to proceed to cut it out from the last. That's what we're going to do next. So after cutting it out, you peel it out from the last and then paste it carefully on your cardboard paper. So this time around, look very closely. You see I did not cut on the lines on the diagram. I cut that is after the lines. So that's what you do. So carefully paste it on the cardboard paper and make sure you avoid too much crease. So sorry, I lost the clip here. So first of all, you draw a line, then redirect to the other side of the pattern. You see, after pasting it on the cardboard paper, it will look as if it is facing the wrong way. So bring it down to the actual side, then draw this line, measure from the center line to the other side, and then transfer the same measurement to this side. You understand? That line is actually to make sure the curve is landing on the same line. So pick a curve from there, run it through the 4.5 inches. That's the instep point. So just watch what I'm going to do here with this thing I'm doing here now. Just know it's exactly the same thing I did on the other side. So after taking that curve, you retake the measurement from here to here. Remember, it's 2 inches. So here's the 2 inches, and then take another 2 inches here. So now you redirect this line here. You see it, bring it down, bring it down. So that is it. So exactly the same thing I did on the other side, though I lost the clip. So now retrace the diagram. So now we are going to extend this line here. That is our toe strap. So use your angle 90 ruler to make sure it is straight. Then you extend the line, and then you retake the measurement. To remember, it is 1 inch. So this is the 1 inch. Make sure, just making sure it is correct. Then you extend the line, the second line. So we are going to, after making sure everything is okay, we're going to clean off this line. We don't need it anymore. And also this one. So I think I didn't get the measurement here correct, so let me retake. One side is longer, so let me retake the measurement. I think it's 6.5 inches. So from that edge to the center line, so transfer it to this side. 6.5. So I made a mistake, so here is it. So now this is where I have to stop it. So now clean off the other one. So one thing about this pattern is, once you're able to sketch it on the last, paste it on your cardboard paper, and then you are good to go. Just do the rest of the calculation and the pattern is ready. So now what we're going to do next is to cut it into shape. Yes, we just cut it into shape before we proceed to the next step. So the main part of the pattern is ready. We are going to put it on the last this way, and then we can still cut off some excesses. The reason we have to do this is to make sure we don't waste our leather. So that's why we have to do this. So put it on the last and then cross check. If the lasting allowance is too much, you can just, remove some part of it. Very simple. So from every indication, we are good to go. Let's proceed to the next one. So now we pick our cardboard paper, draw a straight line again, and after drawing the straight line, pick a measurement. So first of all, let's see what it is going to take. So what I'm getting here from my measurement, I'm getting 5 inches, but I would advise you to use 6 inches. You understand? To be on the safer side, use 6 inches. So transfer that measurement. This is it. So use 6 inches, don't use 5 inches, okay? So that you don't have shortage. Now pick a measurement. The width is going to be 1 inch. So pick the measurement into 2 places and then you draw a line on that spot. So after that, draw a line on that your 6 inches measurement and then take a measurement from the first line, 1.5 inches. So now we are going to join that 1.5 inches to this edge here. So from here we join the two. That will give us that triangle look of the 2 strap. So it is very simple. So now let us cut it in the shape. So now let's go again. Let me explain. Draw the first line, take a measurement of the width 1 inch, then draw this line here, then pick a measurement from here to here 1.5 inches, then join it to this edge here. Very simple. So right now let's cut it into shape. So everything is ready. Now we're going to proceed. So this is going to be here. Remember, the straight line is going to be on the, it's going to align towards the tool. You understand? This is how it is going to be placed. So now the patterns are ready. We're going to proceed. So now pick your template, mark out the shape on your desired leather. After marking your thumb, you flip it around this way to mark for the other side of the foot. So always remember that if you mark the same way, you are marking for one foot. So after marking, you flip and mark for the other side. So the same thing is applicable to this. After marking, you have to flip to mark for the other side of the foot. Always remember to do that. It is very important. So after that, gum them to your landing. Make sure you apply your gum twice because we are not going to stitch. So whatever type of gum you are using, make sure you apply twice so that you will get a very good bond. So after rubbing your rag on the surface to make sure they bond properly, you can also tap your mallet on the boot and then you can now cut them into shape. So we are done. The next thing, we use our grinder to grind the edges. So if you have this, make use of it. That's the rotary tool. If you don't have it, make use of your sandpaper. And after doing this, the next thing we are going to do, we are going to dial the edges. So pick your cutting board and your die and do the needful. After that, pick your lighter and then light the edges round. The reason for this is to make sure there is no hairy edge. And then place your last on top of your insole. It is time to do our last thing. So you see, your last has to exceed the insole a little bit because of the welt. Then mark this line here. You see it, this line, that's what we're going to mark on your insole. Then pick a measurement from that point, but before then, you see the line, pick a measurement from there to somewhere here at the center. But let's bring our sole. So put the insole to the sole, so because we're going to have the welt in the measurement. So measure 1.4 inches. So here is it. And then pick the toe strap. Place it on that towards the front and then take the width. So it is very simple. We're going to punch a hole on both. So let's do that. So I'm done. Place that one on top of the other one and then mark out the exact point too, and then you are going to also punch the other side of the insole at that same position. Then cut the hole for your toe straps. So cut here chamfer, then place the toe strap. You see this place that is straight, that is what is going to be facing here. So take note of that. You know, one side is chamfer while the other one is straight. So the straight line is going to be facing the toe. So now you install the strap to its position. So after installing the toe straps, place your last to position and then set it properly. Use a nail to hold it at the back, apply your gum, and then you last the pattern. So now I'm done with the lasting, and then this last one I'm going to use super glue. So it is that simple. So this is what we have arrived at, and the same process or steps is what we're going to repeat on the other side of the foot. So the next thing you do, you couple after your lasting. So after this whole process, you can tap your mallet to make sure the sole bonds properly with the insole. So this is what we have. We can now go ahead and do the finishing. So this is what we have arrived at, though it took time, but just take the same steps and you are going to arrive at the same result. Also, if you cannot make your own soles template, that is if you need this soles template we used for this footwear, it is available from size 41 to 46 and it is coming with 7 free patterns. It is just going for 2,000 naira only. Just to make payment to the account number you are seeing on your screen, and also send your proof of payment to the WhatsApp number under the account number. And then I will send the files to you. All you need to do is to visit a cyber cafe, print them out, gum them to a thick paper, cut them into shape, and they are ready for use. Lest I forget, registration for my private online classes on loafers shoes will be starting very soon. registration is already ongoing, which will end on the last day of January 2025. The classes is scheduled to start on February 2025. So if you are interested, also make payment to the account number you are seeing on the screen. It is just 5,000 naira. And then send your proof of payment to the phone number or the WhatsApp number under the account number, and you will be registered. Have a nice day and see you in my next video.